वैष्णवाश्च श्री रूपम सागर जातम सहगन रघुनाथम सजीवम साद्वैतम सावधूतम परिजन सहितम कृष्ण चैतन्य देव श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान सहगन ललिता श्री शाखावत। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्ते। तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदनवेश्वरी वृषभानु सुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिंधु एवं च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी नाम। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी पूजानी विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशता। Thank you very much all of you for joining today in Iskcon Burlington's Saturday program. So I have been assigned today the seva of speaking something on the glories of Lord Narasimhadev. I have no qualification, no words to describe the glories, but as a seva, I will try to repeat the words of Srila Prabhupada and my Guru Maharaj, and whatever little bit I heard and read from Gaurang Darshan Prabhu's and Hari Prasad Prabhu's classes, whatever I little bit heard and understood, I'll try to repeat those words. First, we'll see that this worship of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and worship of Narasimhadev is mainly started in Iskcon centers. Why Srila Prabhupada introduced the worship of Narasimhadev particularly? So if we see, when Lord Narasimhadev appeared, he appeared for what purpose? To protect Prahlad Maharaj. So what Prahlad Maharaj was doing at that time? He was just preaching the glories of the Narayan, who is supreme controller, supreme father of all living entities, and there is no one equal to or greater than him. That is what he was preaching. But somehow or the other, his father, Hiranyakashipu, got upset with him. So similarly, as he was preaching the Lord's glories, Hiranyakashipu was upset. Similarly, Srila Prabhupada introduced this Narasimha worship in Iskcon centers, because Iskcon is also doing the same thing what Prahlad was doing, that they are preaching the glories of the Lord. And in the universe, in the world, you'll see there are only two kinds of forces are there. One are dharmic forces, another is adharmic forces. I mean, one is the forces as per the mentality of Prahlad Maharaj, and second are the forces as per the mentality of Hiranyakashipu. The two kinds of forces are there. So Srila Prabhupada introduced it in 1967 in all Iskcon centers that yes, we all need protection from Lord Narasimhadev. And in 1970, when Srila Prabhupada was sick, at that time he advised all his disciples to worship Narasimhadev and chant and pray for Narasimhadev for his protection, as he felt that he has not completed his work which his Guru Maharaj has assigned to him. And then all the disciples prayed, and Srila Prabhupada definitely was protected with his Narasimhadev's prayers. And this is where this worship of Narasimhadev is not something new. If we start from the beginning, even Nand Maharaj was told by Garga Muni also to worship Lord Narasimha. For what purpose? To protect baby Krishna from the demons. Even though he was killing all the demons and he doesn't need any protection, but still Nand Maharaj was worshipping Lord Narasimhadev. And Lord Narasimhadev was their house deity, where they used to worship Narasimhadev at home. So somebody may think that why I need to worship Lord Narasimha. I can protect myself from any danger, from any things. But if we see that we have very limited possessions, limited strength to protect ourselves. We have three kinds of miseries we all face at some point of time. Adhyatmik, Adi Bhautik, Adi Devik. Adhyatmik is all miseries which we can get from our body and mind. We can get some disease, we can get sickness, mental sickness, and all of us, at some point of time in the life, we get that kind of problem. When the things goes beyond our capacity, we definitely need the protection from the Lord, and we pray to the Lord. Similarly, Adik Bodhi is miseries from the other living entities, which we see nowadays. The poor people was killed in Pahalgam. This is the miseries from the other living entities without any fault of them. Then Adi Devik, we all have seen the natural earthquakes, COVID-19, this we just recently see the COVID. So this is all Adi Devik miseries. We all go through these kind of miseries at some point of time. And we need the protection from the Lord. Now question is that how to seek the protection? It is simple, the way a child seeks a protection from his father. How the child seeks when the child is 100% dependent on the father, and father definitely takes care of the child. Just climb down the stairs and we are the small child. Child doesn't worry that whether he fell down or not. It's father's worry. So similarly, our Supreme Father definitely worry for us and he will take care. But what is required basically is only one condition. The way the small child recognizes that my father is there behind me and he will protect me. Similarly, we need to have that kind of faith and recognition that he is my Supreme Father, that he is definitely going to protect me. Now, we have to treat him as a Supreme Father, not like the order supplier, that whatever I need, he will supply me, whatever comforts I need, he will do for me. When I have any misery, he will remove it. Not that way. We have to have that kind of faith. Prahlad also faced so many difficulties, but he knows that his father is there, and he approached his father, and his father came. And similarly, the same father is available for us also. We may not be as pure as Prahlad, but still, if we approach our Supreme Father, he will definitely forgive our sins, and definitely he will protect us. As Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Sarv Dharma Paritajya, Mam Ekam Sharvam Vraja, Aham Tvam Sarv Pape Dayo, Mokshami Ma Sucha. Don't fear, I'm here to protect you. I'll forgive you all the sins. Today we see that all kinds of some miseries somebody faced because of the actions of the other. We see in India, particularly, this is all miseries because of the actions of some mischievous children of the Lord. But that's fine. Krishna is there to protect, Lord Narasimha is there to protect us. The Lord definitely takes care of all his devotees, but only what is required is that we have to surrender our life to him. Sometimes we may feel that despite all the prayers, our dangers and reversals are still there. We still have that adversity. We should still accept it. Why? Because we may be feeling, as per our mind or our thought, that these reversals and dangers are there. But maybe those are ultimately meant for our goodness. Lord may not reciprocate for our prayers instantly or immediately. Why? Because the Lord may feel that it is not good for you at this point. Maybe we need to little suffer on that, or maybe need to purify ourselves more, we can say. So we have to still continue our prayers, and with this full confidence that he is our Supreme Father, and he is definitely going to protect. We should have that kind of faith. Once Srila Prabhupada was leaving for Japan and he was taking the class, devotees are chanting this Narasimha Devarti. Then you say, Prahlad Alad Daine. Then say, Shila Tankar Lakha. So Prahlad Alad Daine means he's protecting Lord Prahlad with this Lad. And when you say Shila Tankar Lakha, it's meant for whom? Hiranyakashipu. So both ways, if you see, Lord Narasimha Krishna is protecting both Prahlad as well as Hiranyakashipu. It is only the Lord, he has a special power that at the same time he can see both things. On the one side, he has the angry mood along with the Hiranyakashipu. On the other side, he has a loving and affectionate mood toward the Prahlad. We may not have that. Like he can have with one eye with a very angry, and another eye with a very affectionate. But I think if we try to do it, it may not work. Both the eyes either will be affectionate or both the eyes in the angry mood. But he is Lord, he can do whatever he feels. So as we see, the Lord Vishnu, he has 4 hands. His 2 hands are occupying what? Shankh and Chakra. And other 2 hands, Gada and Padma. And 2 hands, Shankh and Padma are meant for devotees, and Gada and Chakra are meant for demons. The Lord has similarly 2 hands meant for devotees, 2 hands meant for the Hiranyakashipu type people, and similarly 1 eye meant for Prahlad and 1 eye for Hiranyakashipu. So he has both. As Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, that Paritranaya Sadhunam Vinachaya Chatushtra, that he is here to protect the devotees as well as to kill the demons. Now we see how Lord Narasimha appeared. One day there was a conflict going on between the father and the son, which was going on, of course, for a long time. Not very long time, you can say the child was only 5 years old. We can't say it's a very long time. He said that, why are you praising the Lord? And I tried to threaten you, even I tried to kill you also. But still you are so fearless. Who is giving you this strength? How you are so fearless? Prahlad very confidently replied, look, my father, the source of strength for me and the source of strength for you is the same. We both are getting the strength from the same person. And who is that person? This is the Vishnu, nothing else. And Hiranyakashipu, as you all know, was already very much against Vishnu because Vishnu killed his brother Hiranyaksh. That is why he was very much against Vishnu. So then he got very angry. He said, where is the Vishnu? He said, he's here. He said, oh, he's there in the pillar? He said, yes, he's there in the pillar. And he just took his fist and tried to find out where is the Hiranyakashipu. Immediately Lord appeared. Here is one small question, quick question for all of you. Is Narasimha was already there in the pillar, or he just entered quickly when Prahlad said? Yeah? He entered when he said, okay? Anybody else?
Then when he called, Prahlad Prabhu called him to come, God,
He-
protect me. Then
okay.
he come.
Yes, Prabhu?
He was already in the pillar.
He was already in the pillar.
Itself.
Huh?
The pillar, everything is Vishnu. So he was already the pillar. He was already in the pillar.
Already. Prabhu said he was already in the pillar. Mataji said he just entered in the pillar when Prahlad said. Yes, Prabhuji?
Father asked, really to ask Prahlad, when he's here, when he's there. Prahlad can see that he's there, but Hiranyakashipu can see that.
Yes.
He said, yes, he's there now, so he's there.
Yes.
So he was convinced because he can see where Hiranyakashipu is, so he's already there.
He is already there. Yes. So Prabhu said he is already there. Not he has entered there. Is Hiranyakashipu there in the wall also, Prabhu? So as we sing, Ito Narasimha, so Hiranyakashipu, Prahlad, Narasimha Devi is there. How it appeared when Hiranyakashipu slapped hit the pillar and then Hiranyakashipu appeared. And I'm sure if I slap this wall, Narasimha Devi will not come. Why? The fundamental difference is that Prahlad Maharaj has strong faith on the omnipotence of the Lord. Whereas I lack that omnipotence. I lack that faith of the omnipotence of the Lord. That the Lord will appear from us. He's there. But he has that faith that Lord is omnipotent. He's available everywhere. So that kind of strong faith Prahlad has. Now, after killing Hiranyakashipu, Lord Narasimhadev sat on his throne. First took the Hiranyakashipu on his lap and killed him and took his intestines out and made the goblet out of that, and then sat on his throne. So somebody may have a question, how the Lord sat on the throne of a demon? He was a demon. And he was doing all these kind of notorious things, and the Lord sat on his throne. Look, the Lord has these desires. This Hiranyakashipu was none other than, he was one of the devotees of the Lord. He was in his previous birth as a Jai and Vijay, who came on the earth to fulfill the desires of the Lord. To whatever the desire of the Lord, Lord has a desire to fight. He wanted to fulfill his fight. And he cannot fight with the ABC like me. He need to fight with a strong person. He specially sent the strong persons from there so that he can enjoy that fighting. You know, as we have developed desires, similarly the Lord also has desires. The Lord has to fulfill those desires. As when Lord Narasimha took Prahlad after killing his father on his lap, he also developed a similar desire. You see, we all are greedy, so the Lord also greedy. This greediness comes from the Lord only. He developed this. Prahlad is sitting in my lap and he is enjoying. What Prahlad is enjoying, I'm not able to enjoy that part. Because, you know, you take the child in the lap, the child enjoys. But father has a different kind of pleasure, the child has a different kind of pleasure. But here the child is enjoying, Prahlad is very happy, very comfortable. And he said that whatever enjoyment this Prahlad is taking, I also want to have that kind of enjoyment. And he lacked that enjoyment. Because at the time of Narasimhadev and prior to his incarnation, Lord never enjoyed this kind of prema. Then that is why he said that next time the Lord appears in the form of a Rama avatar so that he can enjoy his childhood. But there is a second version of the story, which, if you ask me the source, that Prabhuji is expert in giving the source, but whatever I have heard, I am giving you. That even once this pastime was done, Hiranyakashipu was killed, and Prahlad had the prayers, and then after Narasimhadev went. And after that he went home, and then Lakshmi Devi got angry with him. She said, look, you took Prahlad on his lap and had the Vatsalya ras, but you forget me. I couldn't have this Vatsalya ras. You are the only person who took the Vatsalya ras. That is not fair. He was our child. I also have this same right to get the Vatsalya ras. Then said the Lord Narasimhadev admitted his mistake, and he apologized for that. And he said, okay, next time, make sure that then you enjoy the Vatsalya ras alone. I will not enjoy it. Then we'll compensate it. So that is how Lord, next time when he came as the Lord Rama, Mother Sita enjoyed the Vatsalya from love and push, and Lord Rama could not enjoy that Vatsalya ras. Now, at the time when Lord Narasimha was there, then he was very angry mood at that time. After killing the Hiranyakashipu, he was still very angry. And his anger was not pacified. Brahma, other demigods, devtas, they all came, they tried, but they found that the Lord is still so angry. Then somehow they approached Lakshmi Devi to come and see and pacify the Lord. Lakshmi Devi said, look, I have never seen this kind of face and this kind of form of my Lord, my husband. I don't know whether he's my husband or not, but I can't go. I can't dare to go when he's such in that mood. But if we see carefully, this Lord's form, Narasimhadev form, is an eternal form. It is not something it just came at that time. It's just past time. But form was there already. It is eternal. It is not that Lakshmi Devi has not seen that form. Lakshmi Devi had seen that form earlier also. It's not something new for her. It may be new for us, but it was not new for her. So it is said, Prabhupada explained very nicely, that this is nothing. This is the past times, what is called past time potency, Leela potency of the Lord, That is how they were displaying their potential. Anyway, so once even Lakshmi Devi also refused, then Brahma approached Prahlad, said, look, you can go, you can afford to go to Lord Nrsimhadev and try to pacify him. He went there immediately with the folded hands. Now, Prahlad Maharaj, when he went there, there are about, I think, 45 prayers are given in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 9. And 45 prayers, time is given only 40 minutes. बहुत बेइंसाफी for prayers. But anyway, we'll try to cover beginning part of the prayers and then the end part of the prayers. The first 2 or 3 prayers, or the 3-4 prayers, are not even prayer to the Lord Nrsimhadev. They are more prayers basically to seek empowerment for prayers. You know, if you want to pray, you need to have that kind of power in us. As if we all know the past times, we all know that Guru Maharaj, he was advised by his Guru Naradji to chant Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. He chanted for almost 6 months continuously. Then one day the Lord appeared before him. A small boy, 5 years old boy, just we can see how much he can speak. He wanted to sing some prayers for the Lord, for glorifying the Lord. But 5 years boy was not able to collect relevant words and vocabulary, how to pray for the Lord. But he has a strong desire. But he didn't have that ability, being a very small boy. But Lord pick up the conch shell and touched on his head. Immediately, all the knowledge, Vedic knowledge, was transferred. USB drive, you put it here, all the data goes. Similarly, instantly, all the data goes in his brain, and he was able to send all the prayers to the Lord. Similarly here, Prahlad was a very small boy, and he just went fearlessly just to pray to the Lord, to pacify him. Now he also doesn't know what to pray. Same the way there into Guru Maharaj, Lord touched the conch shell. Here, Nrsimhadev touched on his head, and he also got that kind of purification, encouragement, and blessing from the Lord. And then he started the prayers. The first 2 prayers, when he's saying, he's not praying to the Lord, but he wanted to have strength, empowerment from the Lord, so that he can sing those prayers. The first prayer is coming in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 9, verse number 8. I'm not reciting in Sanskrit. I'm not very good in reciting the Sanskrit, but I'll read in English. Prahlad Maharaj prayed, how is it possible for me, who have been born in a family of Asuras, to offer suitable prayers to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Even until now, all the demigods, headed by Lord Brahma, and all the saintly persons could not satisfy the Lord by a stream of excellent words. Although such persons are very qualified, being in the mode of goodness, then what is said to be me? I am not at all qualified. Here, Prahlad Maharaj is basically saying, look, this Lord Brahma, Narad, Shiva, and other Devatas were there who tried to pacify to the Lord. They were not able to do it. Even Lakshmi Devi refused. All these people are living their life in the mode of goodness. And me, he said, I am born where? I am born in the family of Asuras, which is all living their life full of passion and ignorance. If these people who are so qualified and who are so pure, who are in the mode of goodness, if they are not able to pacify to the Lord, who am I? How can I do that? I have no qualification for it. Just see this kind of humility he has. On the one side, he's the same Prahlad, on his saying, Lord has appeared. The same Prahlad now is saying, I am not at all qualified. So that's the kind of humility he has. He just wanted to first, He's not saying for the sake of saying. He's genuinely saying that look, these are the very senior people. They spend all their life in mode of goodness only. And I'm so fallen, lived in that kind of life, born in a family which is all asuras, and my father, who was never believed in the Lord, was ready to kill even Vishnu. So that kind of mentality they have, and from that family, and then he said, they have the excellent words. That's another point he mentioned, that they have good language, vocabulary, knowledge, whereas I'm just a small boy who's not even have gone to the school properly, and I do not have those kind of words and vocabulary. How can I be able to? I'm not qualified, and I can pray for the Lord, to the Lord. Then next prayer he said, Prahlad Maharaj continued his prayers. He said, one may possess wealth, an aristocratic family, beauty, austerity, education, sensory expertise, luster, influence, physical strength, diligence, intelligence, mystic yoga power. But I think that even by these qualifications, one cannot satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead. His point is that his father was very wealthy, but still he was not able to achieve the Lord. And even people who are born in an aristocratic family, very rich families, they have a lot of money. So here Prahlad Maharaj is giving the message for us, just because we are born in a good family, we are well educated, so-called, we have good wealth, good house, big car, it does not mean that we can get the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We can get the blessings of Supreme Lord. Even if we may be very strong physically, we have a lot of intelligence, we may have some yogic powers also, but still these qualifications are not enough to satisfy the Lord. And he said, I do not have none of these qualifications. How I am able to satisfy the Lord? But he said, there is only one thing which is required. That is required, Lord, is only your devotion. With devotional service, yeah, thank you. So his devotion was matchless. From his childhood, he has no interest for any material things. He has only interest in taking the Lord's name. When he went to school, he was teaching, whenever his teachers are not there, what he's doing, he's teaching his friends, schoolboy mates, about the Lord's name and chanting Lord's name. And whenever he got any difficulties or reversal, his father was threatening, he was trying to kill him, and what he was doing, he never complained for anything. He was just remembering the Lord's name. He never prayed to the Lord, protect me. He was just remembering the Lord's name. And when the time came for the prayers, and now what he did is, he again remembered his spiritual master. That is another message he gave in his prayers. That he said, even when he was going to schoolmates, his friends were asking him, how do you got this education? This our school teacher is not teaching all those things, what you are saying. Do you have some separate books, or do you have some special teacher given by you, by your father? He said, no. Then how did you get this knowledge? Then he said, my spiritual master, Naradi, he gave me when I was in the womb of my mother. He was even glorifying his spiritual master. That is another message Prahlad Maharaj in his prayers is giving, that he is glorifying that his spiritual master. He is not taking any credit for himself. So if we see in the beginning part of the prayers of Prahlad Maharaj, he is basically setting the example for the devotion. That look, age is no bar to have that kind of devotion for the Lord. If the boy of 5 years can have that devotion, we all are grown-up people, we can definitely have that kind of devotion for the Lord. And devotee has to be internally absorbed in Krishna. He should be always remembering Krishna. There should be no excuse. Today I have to do this, today I have to do that, and I could not do my chanting, I could not do that part. No, it has to be internally. And then real devotion, his other setting example, is tested. At what time? When you have the reversals and difficulties in your life. You accept it. Yes, this is again compassion. How the compassion comes? From where the Prahlad Maharaj was getting the compassion in his heart? he's getting from the Supreme Lord. Because Supreme Lord is all merciful. And the Lord has given that mercy to all of us. He has provided scriptures, Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, all these scriptures available. We have the devotees, dhams, and so many devotees and gurus are available to give. Because he knows that these people in this world, they need it. And there is no comparison for the Lord's compassion. That's why when Narottam Das Thakur's very famous bhajan will say, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu, Daya Karo More, Tum Bin Ke Dayalu, Jagat Sansare. No one is more merciful than Lord. If we say the Lord is the source of devotees' compassion, and devotees' compassion is dependent on Lord's compassion, simple. If Lord is the source of compassion for the devotee, then devotee's compassion is dependent on the Lord. But this is not the true. It looks true, but it is not true. How the Prabhupada writes in his couple of purports, one of the Chaitanya Charitamrita's verse, Mandali 1067. Even though a person is rejected by the Supreme Lord, the devotees of the Lord do not reject him. Therefore, the Lord's devotees are even more merciful than the Lord himself. Even in Bhagavad Gita 3.29, where he said that devotees of the Lord are more kind than the Lord because they understand the purpose of the Lord. Consequently, they undertake all kinds of risks, even to the point of approaching the ignorant people and who try to engage them in the acts of Krishna consciousness. And if we see, we all in Iskcon also, as per the directions given to us by Srila Prabhupada, what we also try to do is, we all try to approach those people who are not in Krishna consciousness, try to bring them to Krishna consciousness. So we can see that by Krishna's grace, devotee's compassion even goes beyond Krishna's compassion also. Now, how was the Prahlad's compassion different? His compassion was because Prahlad Maharaj does not pray for himself only, not just for himself, for his followers, or for taking care of his family only. His compassion was universal. So it's not that we are just praying for himself, for his family, and for the people who are present there, but his compassion is universal for everybody. Srila Prabhupada's compassion was what? For everybody. Prabhupada not only just prayed for all the living entities in the universe, but he tried to do his best, did his best to spread the message of Lord Chaitanya to hundreds and thousands of people on the world. And outcome of the prayers of Srila Prabhupada or other acharyas is that today we are sitting here. It is all the outcome of the prayers of those acharyas. Otherwise, we all sitting here never knew each other earlier. And perhaps if this moment is not there, we could have never known each other. This is all because of the prayers, result of the prayers and mercy of our acharyas. This is how they spread the compassion. And what is the other difference between this Prahlad Maharaj's compassion? That he was ready to not only just to pray for the people, he was ready to make all kinds of sacrifices to help people. His compassion was not just limited to mere prayers. He was willing to sacrifice anything, whatever is required for the betterment of the other living entities. When Lord Narasimha asked him for the benediction, and he was ready, even in one of the prayers it's mentioned, he was ready to stay in the material world till all the fallen souls get delivered. He was ready to take all the sinful reactions of all the people. You can see, anybody can commit any kind of sins, but that one poor guy is available to take all the reactions and to live in the material world. So that kind of compassion is there. If we see, even for his father also, who was so sinful, who was against Vishnu, ready to even kill Vishnu. If anybody in the world who loved him most, even to the Hiranyakashipu, that was only Prahlad. At the end, he asked to Lord Nrsimhadev for the deliverance of his father. Which, of course, Lord said, don't worry, not only your father, your 21 generations are already delivered because of only your devotion. So at the end, we can say that if we have to now pray to the Lord Nrsimhadev, what we should pray? What kind of prayers we should have for all of us? That Lord Nrsimhadev should kill the Hiranyakashipu. Which Hiranyakashipu? Not that who was there. Hiranyakashipu which is sitting inside us. This Hiranyakashipu which is inside, sitting inside us, inside me, is preventing me from experiencing the true love of God. This Hiranyakashipu is the main enemy for us, and which I am not able to defeat with my own strength. And that Hiranyakashipu is in the form of Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Mad, Matsya. This I am not able to defeat him with my own strength, only with the Lord's strength, and I can pray to the Lord that he can empower me so that I can defeat it and I can develop my love for the Lord more and more. If we see the history also, the Lord sent Jan Vijay. Jan Vijay came in 3 births. One was Raman and Kumbh. Raman represents Kam, lust, and Kumbhkarna represents Moh, attachment. And second incarnation which they came from Jan Vijay was Hiranyaksh and Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyaksh represents Lobh, and Hiranyakashipu represents Ahankar, pride. And then third incarnation was Dantavakra and Shishupal. Dantavakra represents Krodh, anger, and Shishupal represents Matsarya, jealousy of the Lord. All these 6 enemies were ultimately killed by who? Killed by the Lord only. So it means if these enemies are staying in our heart, these can be killed only by the Lord, not by the enemy's efforts. So if we want to really honestly kill these enemies, to develop our love for the Lord, we have to pray to Lord Nrsimhadev and take his shelter. Yeah. Thank you very much.